Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tola, and if you're new here, you are welcome. Please consider subscribing and remember to click on that bell icon so that you get notified every single time I upload a new video, which is at least once every week. I also have a second channel here on YouTube. I always forget to do this. It's called Cook with Tola Lusi. I'll leave a link to that channel in the description box below. Please go over there and show me some love. I create food content over there, and it's just a lot of rishi on there. All right, so just go over there and show me some love as well. All right, so today I'm going to be continuing on a series that I started on healthcare. I created a whole playlist for it, so if you are just joining us, please go over there, click on somewhere up here. I'll leave a card up here so that you can always go over to the playlist and catch up on all of the videos and all of the content that I've created around healthcare here in the UK. All right, so for my OGs on the channel, you guys already know that, but today we're talking about some of the reasons why you are not getting some of these jobs that you're applying for, especially with healthcare here in the UK. All right, so if you're not following us on Instagram, my handle will be up here. Please go over there and follow us on Instagram. That's where I get to answer some of your personal questions. If you're too shy to leave them in the comment section below, I also answer questions on Instagram as well. All right, so today I'll be talking about some of the reasons why your application is not getting the response that you desire, especially with healthcare. All right, so for a lot of people who have been asking either in the comment section or in DMs, asking how I got my job, I created a video explaining my own personal process to you. But today's video is just going to be about some of the reasons why your application is not getting the response that you want. All right, so today I'm going to be addressing all of these things, and I'll just be leaving them in points. So if you're not patient enough to watch the whole thing, just check the description box. All of the points will be time-stamped so that you can click on whatever point that interests you and just listen to the discussion. So for the first thing, there is a way to write your CV. I talked about this in the last video. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up in the card somewhere so that you can go over there and watch it. You might just pick up one or two extra things that might just boost your chance of getting a job. So there is a way, there's a CV format that you're supposed to use. There's a UK format. There's a way that CVs are being written here in the UK. They could be tailor-made for specific jobs, and they could just be general. So I will leave links to the type of format that is acceptable here in the UK. I will leave it in the description box below. All right, so another thing that can boost your chance is to have a checklist. I talked about this also in the last video, but I'm just going to elaborate more on it here. Having a checklist helps you know what you're looking for and where to look for what you're looking for, if that makes sense. But let me explain. Having a checklist, for me, what I wanted was very important to the type of job I was looking for. For someone like me, I have children. I have one in school and one who is not yet attending school. So I have to be at home to relieve my husband whenever he has to go out during the day. All right, so that means I can only work at nights. So I was looking for night jobs specifically. I also forgot to mention this in the first video that I made. I applied for this job when I got to the UK, so I didn't need IELTS. So a lot of you have been asking ever since that video aired that IELTS, what kind of IELTS do I need to write? All right, so there is an IELTS requirement for those of you who are applying from outside the UK. You have to write the general tests, and I will leave the cutoff mark here on the screen so that you can get to see and know what you are aiming for as you write and prepare to write your IELTS tests. Here in the UK, you will not need to have an IELTS to apply for jobs, but from outside the UK, you will need to apply with an IELTS minimum cutoff mark. So for the checklist, this is solely and entirely dependent on you. So if you're coming as a single person, there's nothing to consider really. If you are going to be studying, you have to put into cognizance your timetable and know when you are going to be off. I know for some people who are doing masters or PhD, they don't have to report to school every single day. So you can just plan your work schedule around that. If you prefer to work at nights, you have no one else to consider except yourself and when you prefer to work. But for someone like me who is coming with a family, you will need to consider what the time schedule of your partner is, so that someone gets to be at home if your children are still going to be at home. And even for those who are going to school, you need time to prepare for school runs, go back to pick them at 3 o'clock, except you want to register them for after school care, which is going to cost you extra. I'm going to make another video entirely on childcare here in the UK, so you get to plan your time, plan your work schedule around these things. So for someone who's a family person like myself, you might need to consider your partner's work schedule so that you know when you are going to be relieving your partner. It makes a huge difference if you're coming with someone, if you're coming with children, because childcare costs a arm and a leg here. Let's just call it what it is. It costs a fortune. And the only way you can avoid that, or the only way you can reduce the costs of childcare, is to come with someone, either your mother-in-law, your mother, your partner, your husband, your wife. It will just take a huge load off your shoulder if you can get help. And so whoever is helping you out, you also have to consider their timing. So that's why I said checklist is very important. I was applying to places who are looking for people who wanted to work the night shift. So that was very, very important to me. I couldn't just work with any healthcare on any timetable. And I also made sure to mention that during my interview that I can only work on certain days. So that's what I'm saying. Checklist is very important. For some people, they can't part with their sleep. They must have their night sleep. So that means you will do the day shift, and then your partner or whoever is coming with you can be able to work at night. And that's one beautiful thing about this place. Not everybody works during the day, so as you can still earn when it is off sociable hours. And another great thing about it is that off sociable hours / or aka night shifts earn you more money, because most people or most employers tend to pay a little more if you're working off sociable hours or if you're working night shifts. All right, so that's just something else to consider while you are applying for this job. So the third point is, if you are coming in with no experience, make sure that you are applying to places that specifically say no experience required. It's usually written in their description. If you check on Indeed, if you check on Total Jobs, if you even check on LinkedIn, there are some places that will state it very clearly: no experience required, or experience will be or training will be given on the job. It is always stated. So if you're applying to places where they're asking for 3 months experience, definitely you will not get the job, because there's something that they are very dogmatic about here in the UK, is always read the description. So you're not just applying and then you're not getting callbacks. Make sure that you are applying to places that say no experience required. And if you have experience, then you can apply to any other place, but just make sure that you read the description, read everything under the job title, not just say, okay, healthcare required, and then you're just applying and applying and applying, or maybe just go on an applying spree and just be applying to everywhere, and then you say, I spent the whole day applying and I didn't get the job. Did you read the description? Did you make sure that they are offering these things? For me, on my checklist, I wanted somewhere that didn't require experience. I also was looking for somewhere that was offering training and offering, something that is called shadowing. So you get to follow someone around and understand the job before you get hands-on, like before you actually start working, but you get paid for the training and all of that. I was also looking for somewhere that said free DBS, or for my place of work now, they did the DBS for me, but my DBS was deducted from my salary. So that is something to consider. If you are looking for, when you're applying for these jobs, just make sure that you are reading the description, get to know everything that is required. For my place of work as well, free uniforms came with the place, so I didn't have to pay for uniforms. I didn't have to buy any work gear except for maybe my pants and my trainers, just comfortable shoes that I can wear around at work. So just read the description and understand what the job is about. It also helps to get the necessary certificates that you require for this job. Most of them can be gotten online, and I would show you just a few of them that helped me. It's not really required, but it can help the process as well. All right, so all you have to do is go on Google Play, and all you have to do is search for Florence Academy. There are a number of them, but this is the one that I used, and I can guarantee that it is very useful for everybody. So once you download the app, this is what it will show you. But because I have already filled in all of these sections, I'm just going to click on training, because that is where the list of courses that you're going to be doing are. And once you click on training, it will show you all of the courses that are required for the healthcare section. There's also one for nursing as well. So once you click on them and you do all of the courses and certificates, there are about 11 of them, you will get certificates for each and every one of them. And once that is done, you just upload each and every one of them into this section, and then it will get verified by the team at Florence on the back end. And then after that is done, you can start applying for jobs with this certificate. Florence Academy is actually quite popular here in the UK, so I mean there will be little to no place you will apply with the certificate and it will be turned down. All right, so once that is done, you are through to go on to the next round, and then you just have to fill in all of the other sections here on the app. All right, so for there's just one last thing, and it's called reference. It's the red one on top, and all you have to do once you click on that is to copy this unique link and send it to either a previous healthcare employer, a band 5 nurse or higher, or one agency. And once you are able to get this reference and it checks out, you're good to go. You get the job. Just know that these certificates are valid for 1 year, and after that you can always renew it. All right, so another thing to consider is the distance from your place of residence to the place of work. All right, so before I got this job, I got a couple of other jobs, not in healthcare, but most of the reasons why I was turned down for the job was the distance from my house to the place of work. Some people lie about this. I will not advise you to do that, because in the long run, it's your salary you're going to use to fund your transport from your house to the place of work, and you will still lose out because you'll be paying a lot on transport. And nobody really wants to do that. You want to be able to save and, just keep as much or save as much money from your salary as possible. So what I would advise is that you check the distance. Once you found a job and it meets the criteria of most of the things on your checklist, then you go ahead to check the distance from your house to your place of work, and then you can take it from there. So it makes a lot of sense, because I've gotten to the stage of, okay, I was called for like a pre-interview on the phone just to verify my details and to say, okay, you can then come in for an interview on so and so date. And when I was on the phone with this lady, she was asking me that, okay, I can see on your CV that you live at so and so place, but you're applying for the job in this place. The distance, are you mobile? They were asking me if I had a car and what the shuttle time is. And the lady was checking on Google, because on Google you can see how far it will take you driving from your house to the place of work. It will show you how far it will take taking public transport, either by train or by bus. It will tell you how long it will take trekking either from your house to work and then from work backwards. So the distance is also a major factor, because I've been turned down before because I was applying to a place that was far away from my house. So I believe that, if you can check all of these things off, victory is yours. You can be able to get these jobs as you want them. So make sure that you are doing a lot of research yourself. Someone also asked about Tier 2 visa. This is something that you also have to take account. It could be on your checklist, it could be off your checklist. If you want Tier 2 visa, always read the description of the jobs under. I will be making a list of videos. I believe there are a lot of people making that already here on YouTube. There are a number of them. Just make sure that you are reading the description of the job that you're applying to on whatever website, even if it was a link that was sent to you via WhatsApp, via an Instagram or Telegram page or group. make sure that you are reading the description. Don't apply and then say, oh, I didn't know this before. It's always written there. Everything is always in the fine print. They always make sure to document either if they will be giving you DBS, or if they are offering you free DBS, if they're offering you free uniforms. Everything is always listed in the description. So make sure that you are doing your own research. And you know, these jobs are in demand. They're in high demand, and I haven't seen it slow down as of yet. They are always still understaffed. So I believe that if you keep working, keep putting in the efforts, you will get these jobs. I hope to see as many of you send me testimonials of, oh, I've gotten the job, I've been able to secure employment, and I'll be moving to the UK, or I'll be starting work very soon. This kind of things, it really gladdens my heart. I hope to see as many of you succeed in this area of work. Okay, also remember that if you have questions, or if you would like me to answer a few more questions, either personally or you would like me to throw it open to the house, please remember to leave them in the comment section, or you could reach out to me on Instagram. I will be more than happy to answer you and offer as much information as I have. All right, so I will see you in my next one. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.